So Helen, other colonies, I think that there's a lot of fruitful potential there. I've dealt with, I haven't dealt with the West Indies. I look forward to having an opportunity to do that. I've dealt with France and the Napoleonic Empire, and how Napoleon brings with him the Napoleonic Code, and how that influences Jewish law. After the Napoleonic Code comes to Lithuania, suddenly we have 2 attempts at codifying Jewish law. And my argument there is similar to what I've said over here. There's a type of we see Napoleon's code, we've got our own code. And suddenly you have a response that is that you've got Jewish codes where there hasn't been writing of Jewish codes for 200 years. So yes, it's not just a phenomenon of the British colonies. I don't know about the West Indies. Thank you. Niels, regarding London listening to Lithuanian rabbis, London did not consult Lithuania. They saw themselves as entirely independent, and they actually felt that the Lithuanian rabbis are a little bit old-fashioned, and they weren't really interested in what the Lithuanian rabbis said. They weren't really in conversation, and that was the way it was for the chief rabbinate for most, certainly for the relevant period that I'm talking about. Vicky, how did they send their letters? They sent them by post. That's why I mentioned, and they trusted the British postal system. There is a long tradition of discussing Jewish law in writing, and not necessarily by oral arguments, and therefore that was totally acceptable. And that relates to my epistolary network suggestion that because it was easy to send letters to London, that was another reason why London was an address for them and not some other places, particularly Lithuania. And the last comment, Donald, about getting ready for the Privy Council, which I think follows up from Sandy's comment. The getting ready for the Privy Council, you're right on the money, because in this particular case, in the Rangoon case, the case was appealed. Not to the Privy Council, but it reached the High Court of Judicature in Rangoon, and there the decision was upheld. But certainly one of the reasons turning to London is being ready to present the arguments in English and as part of the system. Thank you.
Some short remark about England. We're talking about Australia, but England today currently there are 2 systems: the Ashkenazi system and the Sephardi system. The Sephardi system is the Portuguese Sephardi community. It's a very old community founded by Montefiore, and they have their own system. They have rabbinical courts. So technically, they have their system and there's the Ashkenazi system. But what happened is that the Beis Din, the rabbinical court, had to be approved by the Israeli Beis Din. So my colleague, Dayan Navon, was sent from Israel, and he now presents the Av Beis Din of the Portuguese Sephardi Kehillah of England, of entire British Empire officially, is now ruling according to Israeli rabbinical systems in England for the English Empire.
Which there isn't really an empire at the moment.
Yeah.
Pick your Okay.